Hey guys, Aqua Duelist here. For today's deck profile Monday, I'm going to be bringing you guys a Graydle Frog deck. Not doing Graydle Kaijus, just because from what I understand and know, Graydle Frogs is supposed to be better. Although I'm probably going to incorporate some Kaijus into this, just because there's some cards that I'm kind of like, they're good, but I honestly would kind of want to take them out and try some Kaijus and see how well that goes. Before I jump into today's deck profile, I do want to say deck profile Mondays are not going to be weekly anymore. They're probably going to be more like bi-weekly, just because Thunder Dragons right now are going to be a huge part of my meta locally. Half the duelists in my town want to build Thunder Dragons, and a good little bit of them have finished them already, so it's something I need to be prepared for with my local tournament deck. So I need to I essentially am going to be buying most of the counters that I don't have to them. Last paycheck, I pretty much just invested into counters for Thunder Dragons and just test and see what works best. So that being said, we're going to jump into this deck profile now. Starting off the the Graydle lineup, we play three Graydle Slime Juniors. Best Graydle card in the deck. You normal summon him, and then special summon a Graydle from your graveyard, and then one from your hand at the same level. Play him. Instant Graydle, Graydle Dragon, which is their boss monster, which I'll go into later. Three Graydle Eagles. If he's destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, you can take control of opponent's monster. If he's destroyed by like card effect, you essentially take control of opponent's monster. And then we run three Graydle Alligators. He has the exact same effect as Graydle Graydle Eagle, except his second effect is if he would be destroyed by a spell card, you could take control of opponent's monster instead of monster effect. Two Graydle Cobras, same effect as the other two, except trap. They're all color coded. By the way, in case you didn't notice, he's just a little slow, so we only run two of him. He's not terrible though. And he's also just another name. And then the last one we play is Graydle Slime on level 5 tuner. Don't really want to exactly open him in your opening hand. But if he's sent to your graveyard, you can essentially special summon him by destroying two Graydles you control, essentially, something like that. I don't really play him as much. Well, I don't really see him as much, so I mean, I'd keep him in here though, just because he is another tuner. But that's it for the Graydle lineup. 11 cards. So with that being shown, now for the Frog engine. Everyone should know the Frog engine. It's been around for a long time, and it's pretty relevant in rogue decks, especially Paleos. We play three Graydle Frogs. Wow, three Swap Frogs, two Rodentonans, and this is a little different. Just one Dupe Frog. Three is just too much in this deck. We just run him at 1, because you don't really want to see him. That's just the thing. And then Swap Frog works really good with getting a Graydle to the graveyard. If you have two Graydles and a Slime Junior in hand, really helps with that. That's it for the Frog lineup and the Monster lineup. So like 13, 5, or like it's like 18 monsters, I think. For the spells, 3 Graydle Impacts, staple in Graydle decks. You run 3. Just have to. 3 instant fusions, just because Mud Dragon of the Swamp, too good not to run. And we also do run Sea Monster Theseus, which helps. So this is something you definitely want to see. And then the last 3 we play is Shared Ride. I could take this card out, honestly. It's just I threw it in there because I do want to see more cards in my hand, and this deck is somewhat of a going second deck. It can go either, to be honest. But if I'm going first, I would like to see it, and essentially help get stuff to my hand. And then we also play Staple, 2-Pod Desires. Just Staple competitive. 1 Soul Charge, because Soul Charge busted. And then the 1 Monster Reborn, honestly, I can take that out. So if I was going to put Kaiju's in here, I would take that out probably. And the Shared Rides. The Shared Rides would probably just be a side deck card. That's it for the spells. Moving on to traps. Surprisingly, we run traps in this deck. It's not super heavy, but 3 Graydle splits essentially just helps with swarming Graydles. You really want to target Cobra with this because then you essentially get to swarm you get to swarm Graydles and then take an opponent's monster for free, essentially. 2 Graydle Parasite. It's very situational, and I've never had a chance. I never had the situation where I needed to use it, but essentially, if you're getting attacked directly, this just helps you get a Graydle on the field and take something your opponent has. And then we run for some spicy tech. 2 Rival the Warlords, 1 Gozen match, just because they're really strong. However, these don't really do anything to Thunder Dragons, and to be honest, I'm honestly really considering taking these out, especially if I'm throwing Kaiju's in here. I would take these out, and that opens up like 7 slots in my deck for Kaiju's. But they were super strong last format. This format with Thunder Dragons being as big as they are, they're not as strong, but they're still really good. That's it for the main deck, 40 cards. We're going to go into the side deck. For links, I play the 1 Mistar Boy and the 1 Zephyr Metaltron, just because, to be honest, he's kind of easy to make. Especially with instant fusion in the deck, and Mistar Boy recycles himself, so in case if I ever need to really make any more Link 2s, I can just constantly bring him back. So I'm not super worried. Now for the XYZs, if you play frogs, you gotta play that triple totally awesome. This card is totally awesome. It's just totally amazing. It's totally awesome. It's just an amazing card. 1 Sky Cavalry Centuria. It's there in case if I need it. Good level 2, or rank 2. Moving on to Synchros. This is a Synchro heavy deck, to be honest. We play triple Graydle Dragons. I got really lucky on these because right when I ordered these, cards, this card pretty much doubled in price just about. It was up around $5, and then it jumped up to around $9. And luckily, I was still able to get these for about $5 a piece. So that was a huge, just nice save for me. You're mainly going to make two of these each duel, but there's times when you do go into a third. Really nice card, essentially just a nice blow up. Trishula, because he's always nice to have. White Aura Whale, just didn't, just mainly there to help run over stuff. I didn't really see a need to run, White Aura Dolphin, though. Coral Dragon, this card finally got reprinted, and it sucks because I ordered him, like, the day he came out, and he was, like, $3, and now he's, like 60 cents, which kind of sucks, but I should have probably waited, like, a week, but, he's here for plus, just essentially, plus to, if I can, make, using to make Zephyr Mellotron, nice little +1 there. And then, but he can easily be taken out. Speedroid Chambara, got reprinted, and, it's mainly there just to essentially be like a nice little, card that kind of helps to break, helps run over stuff, with the, it can attack twice, something like that, yeah. I haven't really used this card a whole lot, so, but, if anything, these two cards could definitely come out. And then for the fusions, we do play, one, Sea Monster Theseus, and then we play one Mud Dragon, because it's too good not to run. Again, this card just has so many different things it could be used for, and we can use it as synchro fodder if needed. It's a water, so it helps protect my water monsters and such. And then I was running two. I cut one out for Sea Monster Theseus because I found out there's times when I would like to go into a synchro and I just don't have a tuner, and I have instant fusion, and it's always good to have this option available. That's it for the deck. Nice little deck. I love it. It doesn't, it's really weird because it doesn't exactly fit the way I usually play. It's more one of those snowball decks, and the thing I realized with this deck is either does one of two things. You're either going to, usually go into a synchro opening, or opening up you're going to go into a synchro, or totally awesome. Depending on whether or not you're going first, and from there, the deck kind of just builds up from there. Thank you guys for watching. Go ahead and hit that like button if you like this video. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my content when it comes out. If you do, make sure you hit that notification button. Thank you guys for watching.